Hello. What a beautiful day. Okay. We are talking about keeping yourself stuck or frustrated or in a situation where you're not really happy. And one thing, when women do go through the midlife change, it changes them. It's supposed to. We're supposed to change. And that is alone as a journey, right? This is like a real journey. So there's big change going to be happening in my life. Well, this year is a big change. Year of big change for me. So I'm also navigating that. It's something that I'm navigating. I may not be living where I've been living for like 16, 17 years. So it's a big change. You know, moving away from all this. It's a possibility, or I may stay for a little longer. But and also how we live our life, our daily lives, right? I was listening to someone the other day, and I was really listening to how they were keeping themselves stuck and in a stressed place. In a feeling of stress, a lot of stress, and in a feeling of there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. This is just the way it is. And so, of course, I tried to offer a little bit of guidance, but you know right away it's like, so when someone doesn't want the guidance, they're just like, oh no, but I never could do that. I'm not like that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm like, right. And I'm like, okay, just let it, just listen. Because sometimes we just need to be listened to, right? Sometimes someone just wants to say things, get it off their chest and be listened to, not always corrected. I know. But your words are really powerful. The things you say are really powerful. They have frequency. They affect your cells at a cellular level. They affect the cells of your body, how your body is. So your body's a lot of water, mostly water. And we know that frequency affects water. Frequency affects everything. So our words are frequency, our words are energy, how we use our words, the emotions we have behind our words, all of those things affect every single thing. So if you have ever watched the movie What the Bleep Do You Know, that was from, I don't even know what year, early 90s maybe mid 90s, What the Bleep Do You Know? And there's also a book by Candace Pert, years and years ago too, called Molecules of Emotion. And she proves through science, so this is scientifically proven, that the words, hi, thank you, who's here, say hello. If you're watching the replay, also let me know. And feel free to share, always, feel free to share this video. But Candace Pert wrote this book called Molecules of Emotion, and she showed in terms we could actually understand, she's a neuroscientist, I think it is, she studies the brain, how our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our words affect the cells of our body, affect the wiring of our brain, and how that affects our emotions, our life in general, and our body, right? So you've heard of sound healing, right? We know there's sound healing. So frequency, sound, all of that can heal us, and it can also make us sick. So if it can heal us, it can definitely make us sick, right? The power of your thoughts. A lot of people talk about healing, like people having these spontaneous healings, or the power of belief, and then, thinking a healer is going to heal them. So they have such a strong belief that I am being healed. But the unfortunate thing is the opposite is true. We can also make ourselves sick. Right? We can make ourselves sick. We can keep ourselves in our illness, in our disease, in our pain, in our situation. And we do. We do. There's no one else who keeps us in it. You may feel like someone is being responsible for you or is in control of you, but really you are allowing it, or you set your life up. And a lot of people have a really hard time hearing that. But that's the absolute truth, right? So when you're in this change part of life and you're like, there's really things, I'm not happy anymore. I'm not fulfilled. I feel like something's missing. And if you are talking like it's too late, I can't do this, I guess I'm just going to have to stay stuck here, or hanging around with people. And believe me, a lot of people our age talk like that because we were raised around people that talk like that with limitations, because our parents and grandparents were raised in very, very hard times where there wasn't a lot of choices, right? Even if they chose something, it was so much harder. Still always had choice, and still people became millionaires and billionaires back then. Anyways, but we just didn't have the awareness like we do now, right? We can have the awareness, and we can work on ourselves every single day and be aware that our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our emotions, the energy we allow in our space around us, the people, the toxins, right? Body products, cleaning products, makeup, extreme toxins, preservatives in your foods, all of those things affect your body too. So to be more responsible for your health, your wellness, your happiness, your vibrant life, your energy, it is important to take into consideration all of those things, right? Like, how am I fueling my body? How am I feeding my body? What's in the food I'm eating? As well as what's the energy around me most of the time. Is it negative? Is it toxic? And it could be with toxic people or toxic substances, right? What am I allowing in my space? What am I allowing in my body? And watching yourself when you start to say things like, well, I'm just so stressed because of this. Of course I am. I mean, this is just the way it is. I've been worrying all night. Like, for somebody to say, I've been stressing for days, I can't sleep, I've been worrying all night. That is your choice. You did that to yourself. You do that to yourself. You're doing that to yourself. Now, it's very hard when you have somebody who's like, this is my daughter. When my daughter was going through a really hard time, I was stressed and I was worried all the time, right? So we may have periods of our life where things are going on in our life that are very hard to handle. So I'm not saying that because you have a really tough situation that you just shouldn't allow yourself to feel stress or worry. You will have those periods of your life when there is something huge or traumatic going on where you may end up in this higher stressed state. But you want to be conscious of not staying there, and you want to be conscious of how I can make changes. What can I do? You do, right? Like when my daughter was going through, hi Nancy, how are you? When my daughter was going through a really hard time, I had a hard time sleeping at night. I was stressed all day and I wasn't telling anybody. I was just keeping it in. And, but I also allowed myself time for me, right? I went and did things on my own. I did things that brought me joy. I went out with friends, even though she was having a really hard time. It's because I couldn't be dragged down. You see what I mean? I couldn't allow myself to be dragged down because then it couldn't help her, right? So I knew that I had to fill up my cup, rejuvenate, let go, because we can stress and worry about someone, but it doesn't do a damn thing. Stress and worry is just a prayer for something you don't want. It's just a prayer for worry is just a prayer for something you don't want. The more you focus on, the more energy goes to it, and the more you keep that situation alive. Right? More energy something has, the more alive it is, the more there it is. So what are you focusing on too much? And when you allow yourself to worry, sometimes about little things, and consistently every day about this, about that, then why are you allowing yourself to stay in that state? Did you know that we can get addicted? And Candace Pert talks about this in her book, Molecules of Emotion. And I think they talk about this in What the Bleep Do You Know too, all those years ago. We can get addicted to our emotions because they give off chemicals in our brain. And when our body doesn't get that chemical, we miss it. It feels weird. It feels like something's off. So you know what, you call them drama queens, or why does she always attract drama? Why does she always attract the wrong type of people? Could be male, female, right? Some people are always, their life has one catastrophe after another, or they make a big deal out of everything in their life. It's because they're like addicted to those emotions. It gives them like this adrenaline rush. It makes them feel alive. And this is part of it. You feel alive when you have something to worry about. You feel, other than feeling flat, bored of life, uninspired, unmotivated, and feeling like you're not doing anything with your life. Because if you're not taking chances, if you're not doing something new, if you're not learning something new, you are probably bored and feeling flat. So then people overeat, eat the wrong things, go shopping, buy things to make themselves feel good for a little bit, or drink, right? Or do drugs or whatever. So there's always something, right? So you got to think, if I am doing these things, which I am doing to myself, where's that coming from? What emotions am I actually feeling? What emotion am I maybe addicted to? So I used to be addicted to like spurts of anger, because it, frustration would build, and then it was a release for me. I'd be like, blah, right? and it would just come out. And then I'd feel better because I released this energy within me that was building up. I needed to release that energy. I'm the type of person that doesn't hold things down too long. I need to release the energy. But I was doing that in a negative way as I was growing up. I didn't know any better. Now I understand energy, and I understand how we can move our energy, by allowing yourself to feel it throughout your whole body. And if you want to express it to yourself or out loud quietly, or go scream in a car or go scream in the woods, whatever, get that energy moving. Go for walks, go for runs, do some exercise. Allow yourself to move that energy. Just sitting in it, right, just pushes it down, and that energy stays in your body. And that causes the illness, disease, the energy blockages, because energy can't move. So a lot of people in midlife, so many topics tonight, a lot of women and stuff in midlife talk about being achy and aches and pains, right? And that can come from quite a few different things. But I can tell you for sure, it comes from not moving, having weak muscles, and then muscles that are too tight, as well as not moving the energy within your body, not allowing yourself to feel things, express things, let it go, and breathing properly. And doing things to decrease your stress, like so that you're not restricted or constricted, so that you're open and allow things to move through you. I'm 59 and I do a lot of physical activity, and I don't get that sore. And if I have days where and I have, believe me, in x-rays, it would show that I have problems. I can't do upper body work, so I have stuff with my neck, and I've wrecked my back so many times, and bad car accidents. But I don't hold pain. Like, I know that when I'm having pain in my body, in my back, in my hips, in my legs, or whatever, that there's probably some energy that needs to be moved. Now, I also stretch, right? I also walk a lot. I also, I'm very conscious of how I go on the rebounder. I'm very conscious of moving the energy within my body, because so many women at this phase of life talk about these aches and pains. It's emotions that need to be moved. It's this healing within you, right? You need to move those emotions. Your life is changing. You have changed. You have bottled so much in, because when we're raising kids, doing things, working full time, all of those things, you kind of tend to do that, right? But now in this phase of life, women is old, we're supposed to let go and release the old and allow ourselves to transition and change into this new phase of our life. But of course, we fight it. Women now don't want to think about getting older, don't want to look older. I'm totally one of those, don't want to look older. Don't want to, right, be considered older, feel like that change within you is so emotional. Because you're letting go of your youth in a way, and that's scary. And when we think youth is beautiful and youth is the best, when we have that version in our head, then we're going to be scared or want to avoid getting, as we say, older, right? We need to change how we think about things. But you also need to move your energy. I do not get that sore. And if I have pain, like I said, I do some breathing things. I move my body. I am very aware that I need to move the emotion. Please, God, move this. I need to move this energy, let it flow out. What am I not feeling? What am I trying to push down? What needs to be felt? What needs to be heard? That's inside of me. I should do a separate video on this. And so then I don't hold on to that pain. And it's really amazing. This is the time of my life where I've mastered this the best so far. And all the pain I dealt with when I was younger, I'm like, oh, wow, that was truly a lot of stuck emotion that I wasn't wanting to deal with, and I didn't know how to deal with. So anyways, but your words also, so I don't allow myself to continue in a state of feeling an emotion, a state of being that's toxic, right? That's a lower vibration. I may feel it, express it, know I'm going through that lower vibration, lower vibe, lower feeling, but I don't allow myself to stay in it, because I know that causes dis-ease within my body. So when you have that, you're like, okay, I get to express, I get to feel this, because I am feeling sad, I am feeling mad, I am feeling frustrated, I'm feeling shame, whatever it is. But I'm not going to sit in it for days and days and days. I'm going to explore it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to journal it out. I'm going to breathe it out. I'm going to cry it out. I'm going to scream it out, right? That's so important. It's okay. I don't care how old you are. That needs to be done, right? It's like, oh, I shouldn't do that at my age. We shouldn't be like that. I should be healed by now. I should be all together by now. I should have my life together by now. I'm 59. We don't need there is no, my life should be a different way. My life should be all together by now. And I say that a lot in some ways. I catch myself, but I'm like, well, you made all your choices, Diana. Every single thing you chose and every decision you make brought you to where you are today. So I don't go back and say, oh my God, I should have. Now it's too late. I'm a dummy. I'm stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I don't go into that anymore, because that is a negative emotion. And like I said, when you focus on those lower vibes, those emotions, those thoughts, they only create more. And it creates your world, and you start creating a world that consists of more reasons for you to have shame, more reasons to be frustrated. If you try this, something's going on in your life and you're worrying about it or feeling shameful or regretting, whatever. Tell yourself, ask yourself, is it helping in any way for me to feel like this? No. Could it make things worse if I continued to feel like this? Hi, Michael. Could it make things, it's probably not for you, Michael, so whatever. Could it make is this making me feel better? Is this making my life better? Is this making my life better for me to stay stuck in this emotion, for me to be stuck in this energy? Is this contributing? Is it going to make my life better, or is it going to make things worse for me? It will make things worse. When you continue to worry, when you continue to stress, when you continue to have those lower vibe emotions, no matter what even your circumstances, right? It'll make things worse. So you get to choose then. You're like, I'm going to decide that, yes, this is the situation, circumstance I am in, but now what actions can I take? What thoughts can I think that are different? What words can I say that will lead me in the direction I really want to go? And that's living consciously. And that's what it's so much about, you guys. Your life will be so much better when you begin to do that. And it's not ignoring and pretending you're like, it's not ignoring your feelings. No, you need to feel and express those. But then also don't stay stuck in them. I hope that helps. All right, have an amazing day or night wherever you are, and let me know that you've watched this and what you think and any comments you have. I would love to hear. All right, bye-bye.